Welcome. Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 6th of July 2024. This day is celebrated as World Zoonosis Day. It is observed every year on 6th of July to emphasize and bring problem awareness amongst the people and teach them to take the right action. From the history point of view, or the fact that on July 6, 1928, that the first full-length all-taking motion picture of the world, The Lights of New York, for the Indians. However, this is an important day because in 1944, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, for the first time, addressed Mahatma Gandhi as the father of the nation. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, the Hindu states that Israeli strikes kill 6 in Gaza, including kids and United Nations worker, as trusty attacks show signs of progress. Israeli military vehicles maneuver during an operation in the West Bank city of Jenin Friday, July 5, 2024. Separate Israeli airstrike have killed at least 6 people in central Gaza, including 2 children at a home and at least 1 person wearing an United Nations uniform. Separate Israeli airstrike killed at least 6 people in central Gaza, including 2 children at a home and at least 1 United Nations worker. Palestinian hospital officials and the first responders said even as stalled ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas shows signs of renewed momentum. Keir Starmer becomes new United Kingdom Prime Minister after Labour's landslide election victory. Britain's King Charles III right shakes hands with the Keir Starmer, where he invited the Labour Party leader to become the Prime Minister and to form a new government. Following the landslide general election victory for the Labour Party in London Friday, July 5, 2024. Labour secures 412 seats as Conservative Party down to 121 seats in the 650 seats House of Commons. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak retains Richmond seat. Far-right party Reform United Kingdom wins 14% vote share. The United Kingdom's Labour Party, led by Keir Starmer, won the July 4 general election by a landslide, securing 412 plus 211 seats, with the outgoing Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Conservative Party down to 121, minus 250 seats in the 650-seat House of Commons. Nevertheless, the vote shares told a story of a more modest victory of Labour, while confirming the Conservative defeat, with the Labour getting 35% and the Conservative 24%. Labour had consistently pulled 20 points ahead of the Conservatives in the opinion polls. Early returns show reformist Pezeshkian leading Iran runoff vote. Interior Ministry. Electoral staff count ballots at a polling station after voting ended in Iran's runoff for presidential election between Masoud Pezeshkian and Saeed Jalali in Tehran, Iran, July 6, 2024. Officials have so far counted more than 11 million ballots for Pezeshkian and around 9 million for Jalili. Electoral Authority spokesman Mohsen Islami was quoted by the official Iran news agency as saying Iran's reformist candidate Masoud Pezeshkian was leading in a runoff presidential election against the ultra-conservative Saeed Jalali, according to the early results released on July 6 by the Interior Ministry. President awarded 6 CRPF personnel, including 4 posthumously for gallantry. 6 Central Reserve Police Force CRPF personnel, including 4 posthumously, were decorated with the military gallantry medals by President Draupadi Murmu during a defense investiture ceremony held here on Friday. It was yesterday. Now, going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that forest officers flag concerns over Madhya Pradesh appraisal rules. Indian Forest Service officers have expressed concern over a Madhya Pradesh government order issued on June 29, which stated that the work of the divisional forest officers, conservators, and chief conservators posted at the district level and involved in the field activities such as those that are related to the Forest Rights Act and land acquisition, tourism, or mining activities in the forest areas will be appraised by the district collectors and divisional commissioners separately, pointing out that this is a violation of Supreme Court orders and could also result in a situation where senior officers are appraised by those junior to them. Once again, new British Prime Minister likely to forge stronger ties with India, with the pretenders voters handling a landslide victory to the Labour Party. The new government, headed by Prime Minister Keir Starmer, could be better placed to take forward a trade deal and forge stronger ties with India despite irritants of the past. Grenada minister tells United Nations hurricane devastated islands need anything for a human being to survive. Grenada minister tells United Nations hurricane devastated islands need anything for a human being to survive. United Nations, the minister for the two islands in Grenada that Hurricane Beryl first slammed into with catastrophic winds had a simple message for United Nations and other humanitarian officials who asked what was needed, anything that would allow a human being to survive. Mangalore Airport commences international cargo operations. Mangalore International Airport has commenced international cargo operations from its integrated cargo terminal, the flight 9815, ferrying 2,522 kgs of fruits and vegetables to Abu Dhabi, Dubai, officials said on Saturday. The formal launch was done on Friday in the presence of the AAHL cargo team, the leadership team of the Mangalore International Airport, as well as the representatives from Customs, Airlines Indigo and Air India Express, and Airport Security Group of CISF, they said. This much anticipated development comes a little over a year after the airport started domestic cargo operations on May 1st, 2023, officials said. According to the officials, the Commissioner of Customs on May 10 this year had appointed the airport as custodian as well as the customs or cargo service provider, green signaling the start of the international cargo operations. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, Prime Minister has called to make India a high-income country by 2047. Unlikely, says Martin Wolf. Wolf also said the obstacles to the necessary progress in the India lie overwhelmingly in domestic institutions, policies and politics. Martin Wolf, chief economic commentator, Financial Times. Retail apparel dominate informal enterprises employ most workers. The use of the internet for entrepreneurial purposes has increased by 7.2%, indicating a rapid rate of the digitization in the sector of Ministry of SPI said. The unincorporated non-agricultural sector employed about 11 crore workers from October 2022 to September 2023, up from 9.8 crore in ASUSE 2021-2022. More than one-third of this labor force was engaged in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and the West Bengal. SMEs on IPO spree in April-May as corporates mobilizes nearly Rs 85,000 crore from equity offerings, leading the equity insurance surge during the first 2 months via IPOs from the small and the mid-cap SME segment, with 44 of these companies getting listed in the first 2 months of the current fiscal financial year 2025. Indian corporates raised Rs 67,956 crore from the independent IPO market in financial year 2024, and they are expected to mobilize over Rs 1 lakh crore through primary insurances in the current fiscal. Going towards the world news, including reformist Masoud Pezeshkian leads hardly near Saeed Jalali in Iran presidential runoff election. Biden digs in, says only Lord Almighty could oust him from race. Biden calls debate bad episode in ABC News interview. United States lawmaker says Israeli hostages photos were vandalized in the protest. How Texas is settled investigating migrant by the Crips on the border after a judge's scathing order. 2 killed and others injured in July 4th attack in California Beach City. Now going to the science and tech, we have NGT takes a cognizance of fish kill in Adyar River. Sewage flows through the Kotarpuram urban forest onto the Adyar. The southern bench of the National Green Tribunal (NGT) has taken so motu cognizance of fish kill near Adyar Eco Park in Chennai and sewage contamination based on a news report published by The Hindu. Telangana sees dip in dengue cases. Districts asked to remain vigilant. Health Secretary reviewed with the senior officials readiness to cope with the seasonal diseases such as dengue or malaria, gastroenteritis, and viral fevers. Telangana recorded 113 dengue cases in the month of May and 263 in the June this year, showing a slight decrease compared to the previous year, which saw 188 cases in May month 2023 and 284 cases in the June 2023. While the situation has marginally improved compared to 2023, districts have been urged to remain vigilant to prevent any significant health issues, said Health Secretary Christina Conto on Friday. Europe seeks industry views on China's older generation chips. Commission, the European Union executive has sought feedback from the region's semiconductor industry for its view on China's expanded production of the older generation chips. The Europe Commission has begun canvassing the region's semiconductor industry for its view on the China's expanded production of older generation computer chips. The European Commission has begun canvassing the region's semiconductor industry for its views on China's expanded production of older generation computer chips. Two sources familiar with the matter told the returners. Chinese artificial intelligence firms showcase resilience innovations at the artificial intelligence event despite United States sanctions. More than 150 artificial intelligence-related products and solutions are being exhibited at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, where Chinese companies showcase their innovations. Chinese tech companies converged at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference to showcase their latest innovations and they express strong support for the country's artificial intelligence sector. Chinese tech companies from industry giants to ambitious startups converged at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference in Shanghai this week to showcase their latest innovations and express strong support for the country's artificial intelligence sector, even as it faces United States sanctions. At last, it is a famous quotation said by Nundurishi, Kashmiri pronunciation Nundurishi, was born on 1377 after 1438. Also known as Sheikh Nuruddin Nurani, Sheikh Alam, spiritual guide of the world, and by the title Alamdari Kashmir, flag bearer of Kashmir, was a Kashmiri Sufi saint, mystic poet, and Islamic preacher. Nundurishi was among the founders of the Rishi order, a Sufi tradition of the region. He influenced many spiritual teachers and saints including Hamza Maktoum, Rish Mir Sahib, and Shams Fakir. Nuruddin spread his teachings or message through poems commonly known as shirks. His poems have 4 to 6 lines each and evolve around religious themes, highlight the moral principles, and often call for peace. He strived for Hindu-Muslim unity. One of his prominent poems in Anposhi Ted Yelwan Poshi, which translates as food will thrive only as long as the wood survive. Kashmiri poet Lal Dil was Nuruddin's contemporary and had a great impact on his spiritual growth. Some scholars argue that he was a disciple and associate his poetry with the Bhakti movement, although others disagree. Nuruddin witnessed several transmissions of the Hinduism and Islam. in the valley throughout his life, although he was actively involved in the philosophical work and in writing Kashmiri poems. In his verses, he recalled some events, including arrival of Mir Said Ali Hamdani to Kashmir. Nuruddin is also credited with translating the Quran into the Kashmiri language. In 2015, the University of Kashmir published an Urdu book titled A Kalam Sheikh Alam, comprising about 300 strokes of Nudrishi translated in Urdu by Ghulam Muhammad Shad. Sheikh Alam says some famous quotation in translation of English. He says that each one will be made to leave their household. The graveyards will be filled with the dead bodies. I will also leave this world empty-handed all my life. Why is the death ever forgotten? He also says that walk the straight path to achieve success, otherwise your devotedness is nothing but waste. There will be a day when you are old and frail. Who will then guide a blind man without a cane? Okay, thank you.